In the peaceful calm of the Zen garden, people often wonder, how can we keep our inner peace when faced with lies and negativity? Zen and Buddhist teachings remind us that the chaos around us often reflects what's happening inside. To stay balanced, it's crucial to recognize those who spread negativity. As the Buddha wisely said, an insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. This deep truth urges us to be mindful and distance ourselves from those who harm our peace. This story reveals 9 signs to identify negative people and protect yourself. Once, a wise monk sat by a quiet stream under a large tree, meditating. A troubled traveler approached him and said, "Master, I feel uncomfortable around some people. They drain my energy and make me doubt myself, but I can't figure out why. How do I know if someone has bad intentions?" The monk opened his eyes, smiled calmly, and replied, "Evil doesn't show itself openly. It works through whispers, tricks, and lies. But if you watch carefully, the signs are always there. Let me share 9 clear signs with you. Remember, these lessons aren't to judge others. They're to help protect yourself and guide you." Sign 1. They take pleasure in others' pain. The monk explained, an evil person finds joy in the suffering of others. When someone falls, they don't offer help, but instead they smile or laugh. They take pleasure in others' misery. He shared a story. Once a farmer lost his crops in a flood. While he was grieving, his neighbor pretended to feel sorry, but secretly rejoiced, thinking it would improve his own situation. The farmer rebuilt his life, but the neighbor's heart of malice led him to loneliness and despair. In Buddhism, this behavior comes from the lack of metta, the genuine happiness for others. Without it, jealousy grows and destroys the heart. The Buddha taught that true happiness comes from celebrating others' success. If someone can't share in your joy or celebrate your achievements, it's a clear sign that their heart holds negativity. Sign 2. They spread lies and gossip. The monk continued, an evil person's words are sharper than a sword. They live off lies, twist the truth, and spread distrust among friends. He told a story. A young disciple was wrongly accused of stealing because of a rumor spread by someone jealous of him. Although he was innocent, the disciple suffered shame and was cast out. But when the truth came out, the jealous person was exposed and lost their reputation forever. In Zen, right speech is essential. It teaches us to avoid slander and falsehood. Words are powerful. They can either heal or hurt. Those who use words to harm show the darkness inside them. If someone constantly gossips or twists the truth, be cautious. Their words can be just as harmful as their actions. Sign 3. They manipulate and control. The monk explained, an evil person tries to control others by making them feel guilty or powerless. They create situations where others owe them or feel trapped. He told the story of a merchant who kept reminding his apprentice of a small debt. Over time, the apprentice became afraid to leave and felt stuck, but eventually he found the courage to confront the merchant and regain his freedom. In Buddhism, attachment and control are seen as poisons of the mind. The teachings tell us that true freedom comes from letting go, not holding others under our control. Be aware of those who try to guilt trip or manipulate you. These people seek to control, not help. Sign 4. They are envious and resentful. The monk sighed. Envy is the root of many evils. An envious person cannot stand seeing others succeed. Their jealousy grows, stopping them from being able to love and appreciate others. He shared the story of a craftsman who created a beautiful masterpiece, but his rival, filled with envy, tried to ruin it. In the end, the rival lost his own skills and reputation. Zen teaches us to cultivate upekkha, or equanimity, inner peace that lets us be happy for others. Envy happens when we are not at peace with ourselves or our own path. Be careful of those who constantly put down your achievements or compare themselves to you. Their envy is a sign that something darker is at play inside them. Sign 5. They lack empathy. The monk said, an evil person has no compassion. They ignore or dismiss the pain of others, even thinking it's deserved. He shared a story. A beggar asked for shelter during a storm, but a wealthy man turned him away. Later, the storm destroyed the wealthy man's house, and he found himself needing help from the very beggar he had scorned. Compassion, or karuna, is at the heart of Buddhist teachings. Without compassion, we become disconnected from the kindness that connects us all. Be careful of those who don't care about others' pain. Their coldness can do more harm than their words. Sign 6, they exploit others. The monk continued, exploitation is a sign of evil. Such people see others as tools to use, not as equals. He told the story of a greedy trader who took advantage of his workers by paying them unfair wages. When the workers left, the trader's business collapsed, and he was left to reflect on his actions. Too late. The Buddhist path teaches us to live rightly, in a way that doesn't harm others. Exploitation only brings suffering and bad karma. Be cautious of those who use your kindness or skills without showing gratitude. Their motives are selfish. Sign 7, they refuse accountability. The monk observed, an evil person never admits when they're wrong. Instead, they shift the blame onto others, making them carry the consequences of their actions. He shared a story. A dishonest scribe changed some records but blamed a young novice for the mistake. When the truth came out, the novice was praised for his honesty, while the scribe lost his reputation. In Buddhism, accountability is linked to integrity. It's the foundation of personal growth. To become better, we must own up to our mistakes and learn from them. If someone always blames others, their dishonesty is harmful to both them and those around them. Sign 8, they isolate you. The monk warned, evil grows stronger in isolation. These people will try to pull you away from your friends and family, making you depend on them. He told the story of a young woman whose friend discouraged her from making connections or following her dreams, keeping her isolated. Eventually, she realized this and broke free, finding happiness again. Zen teaches us the value of community and connection. Being isolated weakens the spirit and lets negativity grow. If someone tries to keep you away from your support system, be cautious. True friends help you stay connected, not alone. Sign 9, they drain your energy. The monk finally said, an evil person leaves you feeling exhausted, anxious, or unsettled after every conversation. They take your energy like a parasite. He shared a story about a traveler who once told his troubles to a wise monk. But no matter how heavy the traveler's burdens, the monk remained calm and unaffected. He simply offered guidance. The monk explained, I don't absorb your negativity, I transform it into light. Energy is sacred, and Buddhism teaches us to be mindful of our interactions so that we don't absorb the darkness of others. If someone always leaves you feeling drained, protect your energy, set clear boundaries, and surround yourself with positive influences. The traveler thought deeply as he left the monk, trying to understand the wisdom he had just received. But one question still lingered in his heart. He felt he had to return and ask. He retraced his steps and knelt before the monk again. Master, the traveler said humbly, I now understand how to recognize these signs and protect myself. But what should I do if I meet such a person? Should I confront them, avoid them, or try to change them? The monk smiled gently and said, that is an important question. Let me share 3 paths you can take, depending on the person and your own strength. 1. Compassionate detachment. The monk explained, the first path is compassionate detachment. This means recognizing a person's negativity, but choosing not to let it disturb your inner peace. Be kind, but set clear boundaries. He told the story of a teacher with a disruptive student. Instead of reacting angrily, the teacher calmly observed the student's behavior and understood that the student's actions came from pain and insecurity. The teacher didn't allow the disruptions to continue, but gently encouraged the student to seek help. Over time, this planted a seed of change. In Buddhism, compassion is not about tolerating harm, it's about handling it wisely. Practicing compassionate detachment lets you protect yourself without holding on to resentment. If you can't avoid someone with bad tendencies, keep a polite distance. Be kind, but don't let their behavior affect you. The key is compassion with boundaries. 2. Walk away in silence. The second path, the monk continued, is to walk away in silence. Some people are so consumed by their negativity that any attempt to confront them will only make things worse. He shared the story of a potter who worked with a difficult assistant who constantly criticized him. Instead of arguing, the potter quietly focused on his work and eventually moved to another town, where he flourished. The assistant was left in his own bitterness, but over time, he realized that he was the cause of his own isolation. Zen teaches us that silence can often be more powerful than words. Trying to confront someone who isn't open to change only deepens the conflict. Walking away isn't weakness, but self-care. If someone won't take responsibility for their actions and continues to drain your energy, step away. Protect your peace and trust that your absence may lead them to reflect and change. 3. Reflect and offer guidance. The monk added, "The third path is the most difficult, but the most transformative. Reflect and offer guidance, but only if the person is willing to change." He shared the story of a blacksmith known for his bad temper. One day, a traveler, noticing the blacksmith's skill, but also his anger, said, "Your fire tempers metal, but it also burns everything around you. If you learn to control it, you will not only forge tools, but trust." The blacksmith, moved by the traveler's words, began to meditate and eventually transformed his life. In Zen, upaya, skillful means, teaches us to adapt our actions to each situation. If someone is open to growth, offering gentle guidance can help them find their way. But first observe, are they open to feedback? If so, share your insights with patience and humility. Don't expect immediate results though. Their growth is their responsibility. The traveler listened closely, feeling grateful. "Master," he said, "these paths are full of wisdom, but how can I make sure I don't become the kind of person you've described? How do I protect my own heart from evil?" The monk's gaze softened. That is the most important question. Evil doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. To guard your heart, you must develop virtues that keep darkness away: mindfulness, compassion, humility, and gratitude. Let me leave you with 4 practices to protect your spirit. 1. Embrace mindfulness. The monk said, "Evil enters through distraction. When you stay mindful, you can see the world clearly and make decisions that align with your true self." Set aside time each day for meditation or quiet reflection. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment and let go of negativity. A calm mind is less likely to be affected by external darkness. 2. Cultivate compassion. Compassion is the antidote to evil, the monk continued. When your heart is full of love and understanding, there's no space for hatred. Do small acts of kindness and practice forgiveness. This doesn't mean tolerating harm, but choosing not to let anger take over your heart. 3. Practice humility. Ego causes much suffering, the monk explained. When you let go of the need to be right or superior, you reduce the seeds of evil within yourself. Approach life with an open heart and mind. Accept your mistakes, learn from them, and remember that growth is a lifelong journey. 4. Express gratitude. The monk concluded, "Gratitude changes the heart. When you focus on what you have, envy and resentment have no place. Keep a gratitude journal or take a moment each day to think about your blessings." Gratitude helps you shift from focusing on what's missing to appreciating what's abundant in your life. The monk gently placed his hand on the traveler's shoulder. Remember, evil is not something to fear, but to understand. By recognizing it in others and guarding against it in yourself, you walk the path of wisdom. Let these teachings guide you, and may your heart stay pure through life's challenges. The traveler bowed deeply and left, feeling clear and strong. As he continued his journey, he carried the monk's wisdom with him, like a lantern lighting his way and protecting his spirit. In the peaceful Zen garden, the monk resumed his meditation. The rippling stream quietly reminded him of life's constant flow of lessons.